YouTube podcast world. What's up, family? You already know the name, man. Pays and Plays podcast here. We about to give y'all week 11 of the NFL. 26, 26, 12, and 3. Right? This is the overall total record. We went 1-1. Jets. Jets gonna be the Jets. We'll talk about them. And the Patriots. I called the spread cover, but the win outright too, though. I mean, they only scored like what 6 points in the second half, and Chicago only had nothing. But that'll do it, though, right? That'll do it. But I want you guys, man, please, man, like the content, man, pass the word around, man. Listen, 27, no, 26, 12, and 3, right? So I say that because of this. Last year, when you combine regular season and playoff best bets, I was 27 and 16. So I'm already one game away from being where I was at last season with less L's on the L column. All right. So, every week I call a battle. I give you guys what I think. You don't have to always go off my best bet. Okay. If you want to fade me all the time, I don't think that work in your favor. But I mean, if you don't like my best bets, you can listen to everything I have on other games. That's why I have the time slots. So if you don't like what I like, bro, you can always go to the next slot and I can give you what I think. Because a lot of the times in these games, week by week, how many times have I called upsets? How many times have I called possible upsets, right? They probably covered the spread, but they didn't win. Come on, bro. Like, this is really what I do, bro, when it comes to this type of stuff, bro. Y'all know I like small favorites. I don't really like big favorites, bro. I like underdogs and small favorites. But anyway, let's get right into it, though. Thursday night football, we got the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles minus 3.5. This is a tough one. I'm gonna say Eagles to win, Washington cover. That 3.5, right? That's kind of how I look at it. Uh, I actually like the over more. This is a Thursday night game. I think it's 49.5 is what I saw. I would lean towards the over. Both of these teams we know gonna score. You know, we know about Washington secondary, they're iffy. We know Philly sometimes can let teams score, right? If you got high power offense. So I see both teams scoring. I could see it being that was a 49.5. I could see it being it can be a 31-28 type game. And that's just how I see it, bro. I see points at a premium. I see points being scored. So a 49.5, like I said, I see it being starting to be juiced a little bit to the under. If you can catch it at 48, 47.5 sometime around Tuesday to Thursday right before kickoff, I would gladly not be mad if you take that bet. Like I said, I just see scoring on both sides, but I do see Philly win the game because their defense is a slight better. And then also, when you have Jane Daniels on the other side as a rookie, balling the hell out. I will say that, but I just think the more experienced side with Philly wins this game. Next game, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval at the Detroit Lions. Lions 13. Double check that. That shit says 13.5. Oh, I'm just not used to seeing Lions big numbers. I'm going to go my traditional route. Lions to win, Jags to cover, but we don't even know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play. So, and the way the Lions have been playing, you come back from the deficit they were in, and what was it? Was it like a 23-7 deficit, something like that? Listen, that's crazy. Yeah, and they didn't cover because it was 3.5. So I did say Houston to cover, even though the Lions did win. So please don't shoot me because I did say Lions, it was possible. But anyway, this game though, I mean, this Jags team's beat up. It's only a matter of time before Peterson gets his ass out of here. So I mean, I don't know, bro. 14 points, you pretty much have to cover. Yeah, I don't know about that one, bro. I just don't. I mean, I really don't, bro. But this team is the number one team right now. If it comes to draft picks, they're the number one team. So they may be tanking at this point. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, that's definitely more of an indication they're going to tank. But teasing this down, was it 13.5? They're still making it 6.5, depending on the number you got, 6, 7.5. I don't know. I don't know. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers. Go Pack, go at the Chicago Bears, the Bears. Bears plus 5.5 point underdogs, borderline. Listen, listen. This is borderline best bet. I'm going with my Packers. And I know everyone's going to say, oh, well, you vouch for your Packers. Well, I bet against the Bears. Bro, I've been betting against the Bears all year. It's called future and hedging. I've been doing it all year against this team. I think that game from Washington, since that Hail Mary fail, which they still seem to not have been able to recover from that. I mean, what, 3 game losing skid, possible 4 game losing skid. This is the deep of their schedule. The first like half of the season, who did they play? They went 5-3, but who did they play? That's all I want y'all to understand. Why now I think this is the back end where you playing the Packers. They still got to play the Packers another time besides this one. Vikings, Lions, they haven't even played a division yet. This is the first time. Matt LaFleur is a good coach, bro, and they needed that bye week after that L against the Lions. They needed it. Get some time to rest up, get Jordan Love to recover right because he was kind of banged up last game. But everybody's banged up. But the thing with the Bears is there's no confidence right now with Caleb Williams, and we're seeing it. When a good D line goes up against you, look, bro, the Patriots defense, when most people thought weren't good this year, they they got 9 sacks last game. When you're the Bears, when you're losing 6 offensive lineman starters, and then in the game you lose 2 in the game, you think this Green Bay D line is going to give up? Nah, I think the trenches is what shows that they can win this game. Give me the Bears to win. I mean, not the Bears. Give me the Packers to win the cover. The Bears keep sinking. Next game, we got the LA Rams traveling to New England, take on the Patriots. Patriots plus 4.5 point underdogs. I really want to go Pats to cover, Rams to win. I mean, them losing last night, I mean, I kind of said it right. Miami could have won, but not a lot of science here, bro. Drake May just does Drake May shit, bro. And if New England plays like they did this past week with, you know, gritty defense, and it's going to be nasty, but that's how New England has to win some of these games this year. They're going to win nasty games. When you are in that cold, I don't know how LA is going to, deal with that, but I'm going with the Patriots to win and cover. Ooh, I actually said to win and cover. Patriots win and cover. I actually think that's an upset alert. So I know I just said Rams to win, Patriots to cover, but the more I keep thinking about it, the more I keep thinking, I think Patriots may win this game outright. I don't know how the hell would they do it. I respect Stafford. I know he's better than Drake May as an overall player, but I mean Drake May is playing some good ass football, bro, and you have to charge it to the game on that one. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns, dog pound, traveling to NOLA, take on the Saints, Magnolia. The Magnolia Soldiers. We got the Saints at -1.5, man. This game's a shit game. Honestly, I want to go Browns to win and cover. Y'all already know how I feel about the first coach game. And yes, I went against the grid on that one, saying Atlanta win and cover. But look how close that game was, too, right? But I'm going with the Browns to win and cover. This is the one where you're already those first game jitter wins is gone. It, Listen, if I'm the Saints, let's just tank. I think the Browns are still trying to make a point because they play in the AFC North. But if you're the Saints, bro, well, I mean, come on, man. This defense is old as shit. Derek Carr, bro, he's so inconsistent, man. I don't really know what to expect. It may be a similar game, bro. What's the over under? I'll probably take the under on that one. Next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Tennessee Titans. Titans 6.5 point underdogs. So I know I love taking the underdogs. I would take the Titans to cover, the Vikings to win. I don't know, man. I saw some red flags in that game against the Jags with the Vikings, bro. Like that was a game where they should have dominated, and I felt like they didn't. I feel like they should have lost that game. Titans, what do they have to lose, bro? Will Levis is just trying to prove a point that he can still be in the league. So just off the desperation of winning one game, because Titans need to win some games, I think they can cover this, but I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. It would be probably a game-winning field goal, something like that. This Titans defense is pretty good. Offense, not so much, but this Vikings team, bro, I don't know what's going on with them because you only score 12 points. I mean, against the Jags, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Jets. Jets 3.5 point favorites. I don't have no idea why the Jets are 3.5 point favorites. I'm gonna say Colts to win and cover. I don't even know why. This Jets team doesn't show up. Aaron Rodgers has failed this organization. He's pretty much bombshelled this organization. The coaching is awful. Just the overall coaching is not good, bro. I don't care who's on the field to a degree because the coaching has to matter. And if you look at the coach, I know the Colts haven't been well, but I rather trust Shane Steichen. He is a head coach. He has to, bro. He shows he's a head coach. All right. Ubrich as an, I'm not with that, bro. I'm taking the Colts to win and cover. Am I confident about that? No, but there's no way I can pick the Jets no more. It's just no way. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins 7.5 point favorites. I got Dolphins to win, Raiders to cover. Not too much science about it. I just think Raiders are just trying to show they're competitive, but they're not going to win games. This will probably be a great teaser option. Tease that down. If you take six, take seven, tease that down to either 1.5 or half, and there you go. It's called a day. Next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers 3.5 point underdogs. Give me the Steelers to win and cover. Yes, not an unpopular pick, but it goes to what I tell you about the Ravens, bro. This team has a great offense, not so well good defense. I'm not saying that Russell Wilson is all, back to being who he used to be, which he did throw that pretty nice dime and Mike Williams. I will give him that. But it's the fact that this Ravens defense is bad, and this Steelers defense is good. And every time Baltimore seems to play at Pittsburgh, they for some reason do lose to them a lot. I don't know what the Achilles heel about Pittsburgh it is with Baltimore, but division rival game, I don't expect points to be scored like that. I expect points at a premium to a degree because I'm thinking that Steelers defense holds up a little bit more compared to most teams. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks. I need y'all, bro. Versus the 49ers. 49ers 6.5 point favorites. 49ers to win, Seahawks to cover. This game was close last time around, even though Seattle lost. Seattle has to give a fight, bro. They had to give a fight. This San Francisco team, bro. I mean, they were covering all game until what the fourth quarter. I don't really know what to expect with this team, bro. We know Shanahan. Shanahan's been kind of off this year. I think we can all kind of agree with that with him. But this Seahawks team, as much as I got this future on them, I don't know what's going on with this team. From injuries, Gino. I mean, I remember last game I saw Gino, bro. They were moving the ball down the field to the goal line. He throws a pick six. I mean, they had so many chances to win a game against the Rams. It's ridiculous, bro. So, I mean, I just hope they don't get beat bad by the 49ers. If this line goes up higher than 6.5, I would probably take Seattle as a borderline best bet because for some reason, this San Francisco team, I think when I did the video last week, I think they were what, 5.5, and it went up to almost 7 before kickoff. And you saw how they only won by 3. So, I don't know what to think of it. I think they still getting the flow of having McCaffrey back. So I think it's a little slow transition. But I see this game. I don't see a high scoring game though, like it was last game. I think it probably hits the under though. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Denver Broncos. Broncos 1.5 point favorites. Give me Broncos to win and cover. Mile high, altitude, all that. Kirk Cousins. I mean, it was a tough game against New Orleans, bro. But I mean, I still, bro, who do Atlanta has to lose when you're already number one in the division? What, Tampa Bay is maybe what, number two? Your division sucks. So, I mean, if you lose this game, you're not really losing anything, honestly. And with the Broncos, I mean, they got more to lose than anything right now because, you're behind the Chargers, you're behind the Chiefs in the division, but you can still make the playoffs. But the AFC is so tough that you lose two, 3 games in a row. All it takes is one other team to win 1, 2 games in a row, and then all of a sudden they're a game or two ahead of you. Broncos, I'm not saying it's desperation, but they did look good against the Chiefs. They should have beat the Chiefs. I mean, it was clear cut point period. They should have beat them, but I think they rebound from that. Falcons on another back-to-back road game. Now you were traveling out to the West. I'm going to go with the Falcons to lose this game against the Broncos. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. Bills -1.5. Best bet right here, baby. You know I'm going with Kansas City, right? Do I need to explain why you go to Kansas City when they're underdogs? Should I? Nah, just listen to me for once. Stop trying to fade me when it comes to Kansas City on the money line as an underdog. Just come this way. I vouch for you guys. I vouch for 49ers one, right? I was one of the few people who was sitting there saying why they should win against the 49ers. Well, I look at it like this, right? Buffalo, we know they're having problems now all of a sudden, right? Amari Cooper didn't play. We don't know if he's going to play this week. We don't know about Keon Coleman playing this week. And they beat the Colts, but it's the come on, bro. The Bills has an overall better team than the Colts. We can be real with that, right? They didn't. You can look at the stat sheet. Josh Allen didn't do all that stuff like he did a couple weeks ago against the Titans. They rely on the run game, which that can work. But who the hell's blocking Chris Jones if you're gonna run the ball? I just want people to think about that stuff, right? And then we know we know the limitations to a degree with the Kansas City Chiefs offense, right? They're still trying to find their flow at receiver, but the one thing that I expect them to do this game, run the damn ball. I expect them to run the ball against the Bills. Jonathan Taylor had 120 yards on his team. You think Kareem Hunt can at least have 60, 70 yards? You got Steele who can ground and pound. I think and when Mahomes has to make the throw, he's going to make the throw. And I mean, they should have lost last week to Denver. I think they at least win this game. Now, the other games, I don't know. But this one against Buffalo, I see him underdog. I think it's like plus 114. Come on, man. Throw $100 on there. You can win 214 back. You'll be thanking me later. All right. Next game, Sunday Night Football. We got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the LA. Take on the Chargers. Chargers 1.5 point favorites. Give me this one, too. Best bet. Chargers -1.5. I mean, this Chargers team is I like what this Chargers team has became. You know, Harbaugh came in, transitioned that team to a physical team, no soft stuff. They're number one on defense. This is what Staley should have been doing when he was coaching the Chargers, but instead he was on some soft shit. This team here, listen, I know everyone wants the Bengals because they like Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. I respect Jamar Chase, but they need more help than just them two. T. Higgins seems like he doesn't want to show up no more because he wants that new contract money. Let's just be real. He hasn't played in the last few weeks. I think that's why. I think he's faking it, honestly. So that's a distraction. The defense, I mean, anybody can go up and down the field on this defense, bro. I mean, if Lamar Jackson, who, yes, I did think he can win MVP this year, and he had a great game against the Bengals. If he did what he did against the Bengals, Herbert, even though the receivers haven't been the best, the fact that you got Quentin Johnson that's starting to actually develop and be a good, solid young receiver, boy, Herbert's been slinging it, all right. And they can run the ball, and they got the smash mouth defense, man. Yes, and I know it's a Sunday night football game. I know that's the next thing I'm gonna say, but 1.5. I mean, they win by a field goal, win by two, bro. You're good, bro. I know everybody wants Cincy, but I think this year they're done. I keep saying it when you keep coming back from being 0-3, 0-4, it's hard to come back and win 4 or 5 games in a row. And when you lose one game, you get stagnant to underneath the division or the AFC because everybody else is beating each other up. And the Bengals, certain games this year they should have won. So I think this is it. Zach Taylor will still probably still stay being a coach, but I think this is no playoff hopes after this one. I can't see them beating the Chargers. I just really can't. And lastly, we got the Houston Texans at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys plus 7.5 point underdogs. Texas to win and cover. Not a lot of science, bro. I don't know. Both of these teams is going through losing streaks. Texans blowing big leads. Cowboys. Jerry Jones just said He think they're better without Dak Prescott. Jerry Jones, or whatever you smoking, bro. Stop. Stop. This team isn't making the playoffs, buddy. It's you did nothing all this offseason, and it shows. Now this is when it shows, bro. Houston, young team. I mean, they lost to Lions, yeah, but they're still number one in their division. That was really the thing about them. Division is weak, but 7.5 point favorite. Fuck, I know I don't like. I don't know. I don't like these big ass favorites, bro. I would just recommend teasing that down, put it in a 6, 7 point teaser, and enjoy the game, bro. And I had to test myself out last week for a teaser. The Jets blew it. So while I'm right here with this paper, let me give you who I think you could put on the teaser while I'm right here looking at it. So let's see, skim down, skim down. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. You take the Cowboys game, you take Texans, you tease that down, right? 7.5, you tease it down, self-explanatory, right? Chiefs, tease that up to 8.5. Six, well, 7.5, 8.5, whatever number you're gonna do with the teaser, you tease that one up. 49ers, I think they win this game. Just tease it down. This is self-explanatory. Dolphins, I believe they win the game 7.5. You tease that down. Uh, shit, there you go. I just gave y'all teasers too, so. You guys, of course, always enjoy the content, man. Like it, pass the word around, man. One of the hottest up and coming channels on YouTube, bro. We've been hitting. I know the views have been kind of trash lately, but I think people been hating. Shout out to all the sports apps. I think that's partially why too, right? Because they can't have power to block people's stuff on YouTube. I see other fellow YouTubers in the same situation. You see a lot of sports action network bets and not all times they actually hit. Let's just be real. But literally, like I said, 26-13-3. I can't make this up. Last year we was at 27-16 including the playoffs. So we're already one win away from last year. I just want to keep the momentum up. But as always, guys, y'all be safe out here and let's get this money, man.